Guys, Deludaguna, YouTube's N'Golo Kante. Nobody's got content like me, and that's because that's not me trying to have innovative content and the only content. I just simply document what I see, and these other guys ain't got the footballing brain, and I got a fairly footballing brain, and it's only gonna get better as I experience things, as I go on new courses, as I talk with certain people. So yeah, in line with all of that, we might as well, with the young players the numerous young players that departed our club last season, last summer, the previous transfer window, better yet, we might as well keep a track on their progress. So let's get into it. Doniel, he can be like Alexis Sanchez-Malan. You saw him get his chances finally in pre-season, and it did bewilder a lot of people when he departed. But fair play to him. In the same way he showed impatience at Ajax and he showed impatience here, he's now gone to PSV. And there's a pathway. He's 19 in January, so he's at crucial periods where you either go on loan or you get first team football because the under 23 level is a bit mad. But he still needs to establish himself at under 23 level, especially when he was at Arsenal because of the physicality and them things like that. So with that in regards, he's still in the under 21s PSV side. He's still finding his feet, still adapting. We've got to give him time. I know he's in his homeland and things. He's made 10 appearances with them. I think he's got 1 goal. I'm not too sure. He's still finding his feet, still awaiting his debut, but it will come. Next, the man that's impressed me the most and impressing people the most, and most importantly, impressing Benfica coaches the most, Chris Wilock. Now his brother's doing his thing in the Europa League. His other brother's gone on loan for Manchester United, I believe, and he's doing his thing. I mean, their parents are going to be set for life, man. These guys have done it. They deserve it, man. Their parents deserve it for all the times they must have taken these guys at football and stuff. Free, it's hard enough for one kid, let alone 3. So they might have to do mad juggling. I'm not going to pretend I know their job, what jobs they do, but I'm pretty sure they might have had to change their rotas and things. So I'm happy for them. But Chris Willock's impressed me. He's actually played up front a couple of times, and he's been impressing on the flanks. He's been impressing, and for me, there's a very good chance he makes his debut, if not before the turn of this year, definitely before the season's done. He's impressing Benfica coaches. Predominantly, obviously, he's with Benfica B. You saw him come to the Emirates, come Emirates Cup with Benfica. He's been impressing their coaches. He's doing their thing. I managed to watch a couple highlights against Varsim. Forgive me if I've said it wrong. And in his 70 minutes against Madeira, he's doing his thing, and it's an important next couple years. He's 20 in January, 21 the year after. These are now the times where you've got to play men's football. Whether it's going to be going out on loan, whether it's going to be further pushing into the first team and keeping the existing first team players on their heels. He's at a very good place for developing players. He's at a place where they rate him highly, and you have to say at this moment in time the move's been backed up. Hindsight might throw up something else, but at this point it looks wonderful for him. He's made 8 appearances for the second string, 2 goals. He's doing his thing. Big up Chrissy Wilock, man, and I hope he makes his debut and becomes an established player, man. And yeah, done his thing. Next, a player more hyped than Chris Wilock, Dan Crowley. Someone I believe has the ability to play Premier League football, and I hope he gets it right for himself. He's going through a lot of trials and tribulations as a footballer. Now he's finally seeing what it's like for playing at that level, playing men's level, where people are paying mortgages, people learn how to fight, people don't give faith to young players and things like that if they need to win games. Now I say all of this and all these trial tribulations that he's facing in his young career. I say all of this to say this. He's not having it's a so time at the Dutch side he's joined. He predominantly started at the first start of the season, and now he's fizzled out a bit. And I've got it here for you. They've played 11 games, winning 3. Played 11 games, winning 3. He's featured 6 times, but like I said, he fell out of favour, and he's yet to complete 90 minutes. 69 minutes is the most he's completed. His side sits 17th. So again, you can see why the manager might not be reluctant to throw young players in and facilitate their development. Why he might be sticking with the side. Why he might be doing certain things. You get to see it. Trials and tribulations of a young player, and he's now 20. He's 20 now, isn't it? So he's now getting to see what football's about. He weren't involved in the games against Ajax and Alkmaar, 2 very big games against 2 very, very big clubs in their division. So he's learning a lot, and you can't really take that away. I mean, I know he's not playing, but he's now seeing what it's like versus the comfortable academy life. Everybody's a star. Everybody got the luxury bag. People's mortgages are literally on the line. You get relegated from the Dutch First Division, people are going to lose their jobs. People are going to lose their salaries. People aren't going to be able to feed their kids to a degree. So yeah, he's doing his thing, but he's learning a lot. Clearly, as you've seen from before I even get onto the rest, Willock's having the best. There's a lot of contrasting times for others. So Willock at this moment in time is having the best time out of all of these kids. Next, we've got to go on to one of my favourite. I believe he could have made it here. Ismael Benassia. I hope I said his name right. 12 appearances in the Italian second division. He's yet to score, but he's provided a couple assists. He needs to do a bit more. He's had a decent success. I've seen them playing him as a cam and as a centre mid. He's had very good success in his early Empoli career. Now, when you factor in that he's actually played in the second division in France, he's played men's football, it shouldn't be a surprise why he's adapted more than certain others. He wanted to play football and he's doing his thing. Like with the others, I've tried to find some highlights and I watched their highlights versus Calicio, I hope I said their name right, and Pescara. He was doing his thing. So he's made 12 appearances. He's got an assist. He's doing his thing. Yeah. Before I get on to the last one, lastly, Kalen Hines. Now, he started off promising. He's made 2 appearances for the first team in the DFBL Pokal, and he played against Dortmund, and unless they were the same game. But either way, he's played 2 games. It looked like he made the right choice. Jonker, who had brought him over, they've obviously have history at Arsenal, lost his job. So, yeah, I don't know whether the new manager wants to believe in Hines, whether he's in his thoughts or whatnot, but he hasn't really featured. That being said, he's made 2 appearances, and he's been on the bench for the last last 6 games, or 4 really, because he had an injury and he weren't involved at all against Hoffenheim. So yeah, the last couple games he's been out of favour. Like Crowley, he's learning what it's like to play men's football. People are fighting for jobs, people are fighting for roles. As you can see from this, it's still very much early to judge these players. It's not even the end of their first year, but they're all going through different trials and tribulations. Wilock is trying to kick on and get into the first team, similar to how he was at Arsenal. Maitland's got a lot to prove and he's taking his time. Crowley's going through some trials and tribulations. Hines of his own, because he's seeing what happens with new management, and Benassia is doing his thing. So yeah, also got to give a shout out to Glenn Kamara. I didn't rate him too highly, and he's having a decent career. He's doing his thing in Scotland for Dundee, and he's been called up to the Finland national side. Big up to him for that, man. He deserves that. Hard work pays off. So ex-Gooner or what, you're still a Gooner. Credit to you for that, man. So yeah, guys, just thought I'd update you, keep you a little update. So before the memory on my phone runs out and I can't say what I want to say, DG, I'm signing out. Get in the comments, subscribe. I'm out. Believe me.